She's not a soldier. She's not a superhuman. No one told her she doesn't have to be one. She's the girl against the world.
Chills. So good.
Get ready. It's time. Christina, Catherine, Lisa, Amy, and Lauren. Welcome to the Cimorelli podcast.
Hey, I'm Christina.
I'm Catherine.
I'm Lauren.
And we're Cimorelli. Welcome back to
The Cimorelli podcast.
And don't worry, Amy is here, but she's right
here.
One wall over, putting my child to bed. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. So we were like, let's just get started while she puts her to bed because we only have limited time these days, okay? Mm-hmm. So we're just going to start and do our what's it called without our highs and lows, and then we're getting into, guys, this is going to be such a good episode.
Yeah,
we're playing old demos. Definitely a bunch of these have never seen the light of day. Some of them have. For you, like, hardcore stans, have heard some of these, but some of these have never seen the light of day.
I didn't even remember a bunch of those until you played them, and I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Oh my gosh, this is like, we were saying, like, the oldest one here I think is 2010. Sounds like bedtime is not going very well. I hear Tristan yelling in the room over, but it's fine. Okay, so ladies, highs and lows of the week.
Lauren looks like she wants to start us off.
Okay. My high was my therapy session yesterday because she was trying to get me to get in touch with my anger. So she had all these like craft supplies to like be angry, whatever.
Ooh,
to like
that is interesting.
So she had these like jumbo popsicle sticks, and I broke like 30 popsicle sticks talking about what I was mad about, and I was like, wow.
Did it help?
This is so freeing. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I was like, I can't do this. I literally cried before she's like, do you want to break these sticks? I was like, I can't do this. She's like, yes, you can. I was like, okay. But I started doing it. I was like, wow. I feel so free. So, just saying, if you have pent-up anger, you might feel better if you break some popsicle sticks.
I would have never thought of that.
Mad.
That's cool.
She had all this stuff, like, she had, like, popsicle sticks. She had, like, coloring stuff where you could just, like, color aggressively or, like, write things that you're mad about and then, like, rip up the paper. She's like, you make a mess and then you clean it up because anger doesn't have to be destructive. It's like, okay.
Wow.
Wait, did you say this is the high or the low?
No, this is my high.
Oh,
because
okay.
I felt so much better after. I was like, you know, life is worth the living.
Life is worth living.
What song is that?
It's Justin Bieber.
It's a big meme at the moment for TikTok.
Okay, I
Big
don't know.
trend.
Yeah.
Wow.
My low was the day before. That was just mental illness. I don't even know what to say about that. So it's good that I had therapy the next day. And then I felt better. So we'll just leave it at that.
So your therapist helps you get in touch with your anger. Mine helps me get in touch with my... Actually, no, she doesn't really anymore. That's kind of confusing. I go to therapy to get in touch with my sadness.
Yeah, I do not have a problem with that. I'm like, cry, sad. And she's like, I think you have a lot of anger. I'm like, I told you I did. She's like, you need to express that. I'm like, I know that. I told you.
That's why I'm here.
But here we are.
I feel like most people have problems more with one or the other.
Yeah. Well,
And if they're good with one, they're usually bad with the other.
And that's the thing is, like, I do express anger to myself, personally, privately, not really to other people, because I'm like, that just seems unhinged. Why would I do that?
Yeah.
But anger doesn't have to be destructive. So it was hard. It's hard for me to do that in front of another person. So that's why it was challenging. But then I felt so free.
Love it.
Yeah, being sad in front of another person, for me, I'm like,
Yeah.
not my fave. But my therapy is working. I would say that's my high, which is a low and a high. My low is that I was majorly triggered in one of my major abandonment triggers, and then this is my high. My high is that I could tell my therapy made a huge, massive impact on me, because I don't even know if you would know what I'm talking about. I don't know if anyone else know what I'm talking about. When you have specifically like this big abandonment wound, and then you feel when it's triggered, you're not like super dismissive in that moment, so you're more anxious, then you feel like you absolutely need someone to calm you down, not yourself to calm yourself down. You're like, I can't sleep until this person calms me down. I can't breathe until this person calms me down and soothes me, basically. You're like, I'm incapable of calming myself down. There's nothing I could do to make myself feel fully better. I absolutely need another human being to soothe me.
Yeah.
Right? That was one of my biggest problems. Not me this weekend. Nope.
Whoa.
I didn't need to be soothed. And I was shook, because you cannot fake that to yourself. You can't be like, I'm fine. You're like, no, I literally can't sleep. I literally won't be able to sleep until I'm soothed. Whatever. Nope. So I was like, oh my God. That was like that might be the first time that's ever happened to me. So I was like, oh my gosh, my therapy is working so well. Because I started my individual therapy again in September. And it's working so well. My therapist said we're like 37% to my goal.
Wow.
She said she thinks we're almost 40% to my goal, basically. So I was
Wow.
like, oh my God.
That's pretty quick.
That's really cool.
Yeah, she has this different like model of doing things where she's like, we see the top of the mountain is where you want to be, and then we're starting at the bottom of the mountain. So what's at the top of the mountain? Okay, and then she tells you how we're gonna get there, and then we assess. Okay, where do we think we're at now? So after I think 5 weeks, she's like, yeah, I think we're almost 40% there, and I'm like,
Wow.
she's like, where do you think we are? And I was like, yeah, I was gonna say about a third, so it was like pretty close. It's like, wow.
That's good.
I love a mountain metaphor. I love it.
Yeah, so that was
Such a good image.
a great high for me. Next.
Wow.
So the high and the low at the same time.
A low turned
A low
high.
turned high.
I relate to kind of both of those lows in a way of just like, I feel like I was mentally unwell this weekend.
Yeah.
It's always,
What
it's
was
always
it?
it's always for me. I can trace it like something I saw usually online that just made me feel unsafe. And then if it's severe enough, I don't feel safe for like a few days. And I feel like everything, including myself, is unsafe. And I have a really hard time. Like, it's like I'm looking for validation that things are not safe, even though I deeply want to feel safe, if that makes sense.
I believe this is when our nervous system is already kind of pushed towards the edge, and we're kind of living in that close to the edge moment. This is what I'm learning. And then one thing basically pushes us over the edge. So it's like our nervous system is kind of already living there, which is kind of most people in this day and age, especially going on your phone pushes your nervous system to the edge because of the not even seeing negative things, the visual stimulation and then audio stimulation, like all the stimulation at once, but then also missing out on the peaceful experience of not looking at a screen. I didn't think about that before, like, oh, if I'm just relaxing, but yeah, the visual stimulation kind of pushes your nervous system also to the edge. So we're kind of like pushed to the edge already, and then you're like, why would this one thing push me all the way to the edge? Because you were already on the edge. That's something I'm learning recently. I'm learning a lot about the nervous system. Anyway, sorry, continue. I'm gonna learn a lot more, but that's what I'm learning so far. So you push to the edge, and then what?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I've been in
Trigged.
survival mode most of this year with like having a baby and stuff.
Yeah.
And I do feel like I can feel myself shifting into different modes of fight or flight. I'm like, oh, I'm in fight right now. I'm in freeze. I'm in fawn. But I don't know. I really am hopeful that I'm coming into a season of better self-care because my son just slept through the night for the first time like a week ago. And I hope he hasn't been doing it perfectly, but he's only waking up once a night, which is so much more manageable.
Amazing.
And I'm hoping that I can start waking up before the kids and have some time in the morning.
Yeah.
Because even a little time just puts me in a much better place. And today I was at church. I did my mom's group, and it's so nice. They like have childcare, and which I have the baby with me because he's not old enough for it. But I was just up in the church, and we were just like praying in front of the sacrament, and I was just like, oh, this is so nice. I really needed this. Like, I need to do this more often. It's just like, it just reminds me that all the things I'm worrying about, I just need to put them in God's hands. So, yeah, I would say that was probably my high, was the mom's group and just going to church and like praying and stuff and having that like peace. So I'm just like, oh, I don't know why I always do things the hard way. I should just be going right to God instead of like going all around and then finally
Right.
making my way. So
Tricks of the trade.
tricks of the trade.
I know putting everything on your shoulders is such a trick.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
And your brain just like, for me, it's like, it just tumbles around in the back of my brain like a spin, like a cycle in the dryer over and over again. That thing I'm thinking about that I haven't figured out. And then there's like multiple dryers going on. And it's like, just stop. Just give it to God. Stop worrying about it and ask him to guide you. And then it always is way better after that.
I know. That's like some of the recent things that I'm like letting go of recently. But some of them I've already been working on, which is good. But one that I've had already been working on a lot is letting go of letting go of anything you cannot control. Anyone you cannot control, which is everyone, by the way, except for yourself. So looking at everyone as they are and not being like, oh, you should be doing this, because you just got to realize everyone is just going to do what they're going to do. And then the more people you have in your life where you are getting stressed out about all the stuff they're doing, the worse you're ruining your life. But that's like kind of a normal accepted way of living, where you like look at all these people and you're like, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need this, whatever. But now I'm just not really doing that as much anymore. I'm like, well, this is who they are, accepting this, and that's the end.
Yeah, as I learn in therapy, that's their journey. Just like learning to separate from it is really hard, but yeah, I did the same
Or
thing.
else you literally just ruin your life. So you have to separate from that.
So true.
And then seeing how much I'm stimulating myself and my nervous system every day from all different things I didn't think of before. For instance, looking at my phone, the music I'm listening to, which I didn't think about that until recently. What's stimulating me? The mess in your house. All these different things that are stimulating you all day long, especially the phone. The phone is a big one, but it is good that if you're like, but I don't want to put down my phone and not do anything, you can listen to a podcast or an audiobook. That is nowhere near as stimulating as going boom, 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 boom. Not even close to as stimulating. And you could be, it's Ladybug. You could be learning something really good at the same time. So that is my go-to recently, is like, if I'm overstimulated, but I'm like, but it's not, it's way too much self-control to just put down your phone. Way too much. So I'm like, okay, let's just switch to a video that I can just listen to. That's really interesting video, and that's what I do. That's my compromise for myself, because it's like, okay, tell everyone to put down their phone, but like, that's not going to happen.
And isn't it always at night when you're like tired and kind of like your will is low because you're tired from the day, and it's even harder to put it down because you're like, I don't have energy to like journal or like do or like read or do something like more.
But if I scroll on TikTok specifically after 8 p.m., I'm guaranteed I won't fall asleep till at least 10. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
There's never been one time I do that and I fall asleep before 10. That's never happened. So I realized I have to cut myself off at 8. If it's in the evening, I have to cut myself off, and then I can just listen to something. So I'm okay. We have to switch into listening mode. Just be listening to one thing. That's my favorite thing to do. Also, we have a special surprise at the end of this episode. Lisa's joining in person to do 5 POVs. So she's just going to sneak in and do 5 POVs because she's dropping something off at this studio. So boom. So if you guys want every full episode, you got to join our Patreon, patreon.com/Cimorelli, linked in the description. You may notice the visual right now, which should be the Patreon promo that we have now added in, so you guys can see a little sneak peek of what you're missing out on. Basically, it's $5 a month. You get every full episode. There's different tiers, different levels, and some of them, there's like a birthday club one. You get like a customized, is that the word? Birthday video from us. every year. There's one where you get to Zoom with us. There's one where you get to join the exclusive monthly live stream where we give away some exclusive information every single month, something that we have not told the public yet. But yeah, our Patreon, it's a great way to support us. Thank you so much to our patrons. We love you guys. And it's only $5 a month. You get every episode, you support us, and you get all of the old content on there. There's so much good stuff. So many good wacky Wednesdays Lise used to make. Oh my gosh. Revisiting those now is gold. It's amazing, guys. And also there's like old series like things we don't talk about. We have Motivation Mondays every Monday. We start off your week on a great foot. What is the wrong thing I was saying? The right note. I did it right that time. Right note, great foot.
No, I think it's you
great
can do
note,
the,
right foot.
No, you can do
great
the,
note,
you
right
can do
foot.
the right foot. Starting off on the right foot.
I always
You
mix.
can do both.
I always mix two sayings and get the wrong one. So yeah, there's that. Thank you for supporting us. All right.
Hey, I'm back.
Amy's back from putting my child to bed. How was it?
Yeah. Actually, it was fine. She was not
Wow.
screaming, so it
Good.
was fine.
She was just being sassy.
She was just like, no nap. No nap. Bounce, bounce. I want to bounce. Go
yeah, when I put her to bed, she goes,
Aw.
I'm not sleeping. The whole time she sits there and just goes, no nap. I will not sleep.
Yeah, she wants to do what she wants to do, which I can respect. You know, love a point of view. So I'm just sitting there like singing to her and being like, night,
She's like,
night, no nap. Tristan.
So what
yeah.
is your high and low? of the
My
week?
high is that all my shows are coming back. And I love
Ooh.
it.
Didn't you say this last time?
No, I haven't said this. This is
No, she
I'm
said
pretty
all
sure
her
you did.
shows were not on.
my shows were gone.
Right? That was her low.
My shows have been gone for a very long time, Christina. How dare you?
Oh, okay, fine.
It is the summer break of television, okay?
Okay.
I am a, what is the word, network
do you pay for,
television
like-
watcher? No. I watch CBS for free on its website because you can do that.
Oh, are there like ads?
Yeah. Which
Okay.
I don't care. I like an ad. You know, it's
Guys,
retro.
it's a
as they would
classics. Yeah,
say.
it's like classic TV days.
It's retro.
where we had
Yeah,
So-
we grew up with those.
Yeah.
pesky ads.
So everyone's coming back. I'm very excited. The new shows are premiering. They're pretty good. I'm very excited.
What's your fave show?
Wait. I don't know. I love so many. I love so many.
Okay.
So
That's your
I watch
high.
way too much television, guys. But you know what?
That's what happens.
Happens the best of us. And then, what is my low? What has happened in my life? Oh, just like I was trying to relax and I couldn't relax because I kept getting mad at myself because I was like, I'm relaxing wrong or something.
What?
And for like the whole week, I was like, every time I get alone time, I'd be chilling.
I'm chilling.
But
I'm
I wasn't
chilling.
chilling. Or,
You're chilling, but
You were
weren't
mad at
chill.
yourself for
Yes.
not relaxing.
because I'm like, I have 2 hours to relax on my own. Let's go.
Shauna Nikos, my favorite author, calls this fake resting.
Yes.
She's like, you're resting because you're like maybe in your pajamas or you're like at home, but you're like doing a million things and you're
Or,
not
like, you
actually
don't
relaxed.
Feel like no, or I'm trying to sit there and read a book, but I just have this like festering under the surface that's like you're doing something wrong, but I don't know what it is.
what? Reading is good.
I know I love reading, but it's not like educational reading, so I'm like it's fake. I have an
What?
intellectual
Wait, no.
complex.
I just saw this thing that said one of the best things for your nervous system is when you read fiction
Ha,
that
ha.
brings you into another world and you're just like immersed in the
Yes.
world and you're just like loving it, enjoying it,
I
relaxing.
am obsessed with Kristen Hannah lately. I have like so many of her books. I've been buying
my
her books
gosh.
actually, which is
Okay,
crazy.
so
Oh, okay.
that's
If you
good
have
for your
any that you
nervous system.
recommend, can
Well,
you pass
they're
them
all
on?
like, okay, she's one of those gals that writes very like deep, tragic stories about like grief. So they actually really
and
they're very,
strong women.
Yes,
I
they're
love it.
very hard hitting.
I forgot to say, and this probably works perfectly for that. I meant also fiction books that like immerse you in like I don't know how to say it. It's like express human emotion,
Her
and
books-
you experience like
She's
that type
so
of thing. What you're
good
saying.
at writing the like human condition or the woman's
So that
psyche.
is
and I
good.
think she like lost her mom when she was young, so she knows grief very well.
Okay, so this is good.
She
relaxing.
writes these like really amazing stories. Thank you. I love them. I love her. Love her and Sarah Dessen. But and she's kind of like the adult version of Sarah Dessen. Her books are a bit shall we say spicy, so I just skip. I just say, "Oh, this is going in a bad direction."
skip.
I go like 3 pages. I'm like, gotta go.
I just think they're a little intense sometimes.
They are intense, but
They're
they
very,
always
like,
end well.
There's so much like tragedy and trauma
Yes.
that like sometimes I'm like, I'm a little triggered.
But they end well, so I like it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
You were good.
I was like, where was that?
Okay, the moment we've all been waiting for. We're going to play some of our old demos. We can't do the full thing because, well, I picked out, I don't know how we can do. I picked out 5, 10, 15, 25. So I could do like a really short snippet of some of them. Just to give you a little taste. Okay, just to give you guys a taste. Okay, so let's tell them what's going on with these. So most of these, so these are all rejected. Most of these are rejected by our label, or there is like the You're Worth It demo, which I guess technically that was kind of rejected by our label. I had to like call up the guy and be like, hey, can we fund our own project, please? I beg you. And then that's how we put out You're Worth It. So that was kind of rejected too. Basically, all these were rejected by our label. I don't know if we want to say who each one is written by in the moment. Maybe not. But I'll just say a general thing now is like, these are written by people who wrote songs for, or co-written by us. We'll tell you if we wrote them or not. People who wrote songs for Justin Bieber, Beyonce. I'm trying to think of all the people who these were. Crap. Taylor Swift.
Kelly Clarkson.
Ashley Tisdale.
Many people.
Actually, probably like 100 artists, and I literally can't tell you all of them. So basically, every big artist at the time, this is like 2010, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, this is 10 through 15, I believe. Okay, so let's start.
And guys, this was some of our first songwriting experiences. I'm just putting that out.
Oh, let me start with our first one.
Oh, yeah.
Well, technically, was our first one Invisible or the one, the Tell Me Now one?
This is
Which one was
Invisible is the oh wait, was that the infamous one where they left to get
yeah.
chicken wings?
They told
Wait,
us.
which
No,
one is
Or
first?
we left. They kicked us out and then wrote the song.
Does anyone know which one is first, though? That's my question. I want to play the first one.
I think it was Invisible.
Is it Tell Me Now or
No, I
Invisible?
think it was Tell Me Now.
I'm pretty sure it was.
Oh.
Now. I literally don't even remember what this is.
Okay,
Oh.
this is not like a real song. I don't know what happened. We went in and this guy. Oh,
It's a real song.
okay. So this was. Okay, so there's. This isn't Toby Gad, but Toby Gad is a huge writer and producer, I think. Oh, he did Big Girls Don't Cry. Look, Big Girls Don't Cry. That's what it's. Yes. I was like, did I say that completely wrong? Toby Gad. Look him up. Huge. So he was working with someone, like training someone, and then working with him.
Oh yeah, that guy with the spiky hair.
I just know his name was Dylan. That's all I remember. So, I don't know. It's just he was just like, woo, doing this crazy thing. And we were like,
It was very futuristic.
Okay, so I'll just
sounding, I
play
feel like.
I'll just play what came out of that. It was a little wild.
It was wild.
I'm gonna skip forward. Okay, pause.
Yes.
One thing you'll notice is
inspirational.
Lauren's very young voice in these.
Lauren's like
Okay.
literally 10 years old.
One thing you'll notice.
You may notice Lauren's voice. Okay, so next, let's play the first one where he sat down with these huge writers. Oh my gosh. We had this huge session with these huge writers, and then they were like, go get chicken. So we went and got chicken, and then they wrote a bunch of the whole song?
Yeah,
I don't
they
remember.
wrote the whole song. We came back like, we got the song.
And we were like, what?
Oh, yeah.
So here's the song
that
called
was not expected.
and they wrote about us like being at school and stuff, which we didn't go to school. Homeschoolers.
And
So we're
we
like,
sang this in the office at Disney. I remember that when we were auditioning.
Honestly, it's a good song.
It's a slay.
I don't like it.
Sign our names inside our heart, on every page, on every locker wall. Why can't you see? I see you waiting down the hall. I get excited, but it's meant for her and not for me. I don't know what to do, how to get you
hate it.
It's the signing our names inside a heart on every page, on every locker wall. On the wall.
That
Of every
is
locker.
Sign their name.
People were so confused about, you will see this trend in here. What do we write about with Cimorelli?
Yeah.
We've got like a 10-year-old. Danny wasn't there this one, actually. We've got like a 12-year-old. We've got like a 20-year-old. Like, what do we do?
That's so hard.
One of them, well, let's play the next one. So, for instance, he had this song, You Got Me Hating on the Club.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was. And he changed it
because
to
it took your boyfriend. 'Cause
hate.
He's at the club
Change
all
it
the
to
time.
Hating on Love.
Oh yeah.
Because this was for a Rihanna song? Is that what it was?
I think it was.
It was a Rihanna like demo, and then he ended up rewriting it kind of for us, so we didn't write the song.
I remember we recorded this in Vegas.
Yes.
On Kat's birthday, and Lemonade Mouth was premiering. I remember watching that in the studio.
Wait, that's so funny. You remember that?
Hold on. Oh.
Now this'll be the last time you did me wrong. No more laying up in your arms. No calling saying you want me back. Breaking this up, what you think about that? I stayed at home like a good girl do, but tonight, baby, you got me sad and blue. Stop acting, quit playing the part. Saw you kissing from afar, now I'm crying. Oh, you got me hating on love. You took my heart and gave it to her. Oh boy, oh, you got me hating on love.
It's
Kinda
the
boring.
why backgrounds.
Okay, there's that. On the same session, did I put that one in here? Is Mine. Okay, so then he wrote this song on the
I
side.
like this one.
Yeah,
this one
one's
was
fun.
good. Wait, where
I
is
was
it?
waiting for.
Craig. Very creative.
I know you want a piece of my love, but I don't think I'm gonna give him that. Keep looking over here, wish you luck. You see the glue between us, he's stuck. I must admit I can see why you're curious.
He really brought our
But
soul
there's
out.
no need for you acting delirious. Even though what we have ain't serious. Don't mess with my crush. Got a crush on him and he don't know. First dibs on me, girl, let it go. He got a special place here in my soul. Just a matter of time. One day he'll be mine.
That's good.
This is
It gives me
acapella.
a chill.
Yeah.
I just realized it only has drums. That's iconic. I did not realize that.
Wait, I didn't realize that either.
It's just
I think bass too. The bass line.
yeah. All it has is bass and drums.
To be more than just
But of course, I'm way too young.
To be more than just friends.
Okay, so this producer did a lot of like hip hop stuff, obviously. So he was having us do more hip hop style for us, which is like not quite right. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, so
That had me dead. Don't mess with my crush.
an iconic one of our faves that should have come out and didn't come out. Boom.
Slay.
We wrote this. We wrote this with Kesha's mom.
I like the boom boom. Please someone come over and rescue me. Celebrate that we lived through another week. Got my sneakers on and my ripped up jeans. Just gotta find my brother's keys. Up on stereo, don't feel me now. Need a break. Can't wait to get out of the house. Start that engine up, it'll be okay. As soon as I hit play, I like the boom boom in my brother's car. I like the music so loud it almost stops my heart. I like a Friday night party in my garage. I like my friends all around me like it on
like recession pop.
That was recession.
Celebrate that we
my
lived through
gosh.
another.
Honestly, yeah, relatable.
Well, her mom making that up is kind of. I feel like that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay. So we did a bunch of our first sessions with Kevin Rentgen.
That
And
was
he,
so fun.
he helped us like work on our skills because he just like let us go off and write and then he would produce it. So
Yeah, we had
He was
so much
so
fun.
nice. I loved working
we
with
wrote
him.
this one, Boy at the DMV. So we got to write everything
And
at
guys,
this point.
this was a poem I wrote about actually getting my license at the DMV. That was what the lyrics were from.
So that's what it's about, Cast Experience.
Wow.
I like this one.
I wasn't expecting much in such a boring place.
Such a boring place.
Till I looked up and saw his beautiful face. Backwards, half brown hair and a dark blue tee. But to me, he'll always be just a boy at the DMV. Guess that I'm a stalker 'cause I heard his mom say he's in a band like me and he plays the bass. My mind ran off with thoughts of all the songs he'd write with me.
So funny.
Just a boy at the DMV. We connected with the smile as we waited in line.
So cute.
I wish that I stayed longer to spend a little time with the boy at the DMV. I wish he knew me and how I wish he'd drive away with me. It's like a movie. I don't even know his name, but I just can't forget that face. Ooh, the boy at the DMV. Slay.
Oh my gosh.
That
That's such a
one
good song.
So good.
I have to say the best thing at all our sessions was having all these really, really high level people be like, oh my gosh, you guys are so good at harmony. It's like, thank you.
Oh, that was
Thank
very
you.
validating.
And telling us they really appreciated recording this because they had to do open heart surgery on a bunch of people's vocals, but they didn't have to do it on ours. I was like, oh, thank you.
I remember both people being like, "Oh, could you
That
guys
made me
come
feel
in and
so-
like
just so you
record
guys know.
harmonies for my other stuff?"
good.
Love it.
Okay. I'm just gonna play a little of this. So, Delete You. This song already came out with Ashley Tisdale, but then when we went and we worked with the writer Diane Warren, really huge writer, she was like telling us we should release this from when Ashley still already released it. So I don't know why we recorded
Like another
this.
version or something?
Did we?
It's not time to give us one more try. I don't think so. Last night you said you one last lie. I can't let you at my plans. I'm planning to let you go. Oh, only one thing is true, only one thing to do. Time to delete you. Running up all your pictures, tearing up.
All right, you guys know how that goes. So yeah, that's weird that she
This
wants to do that.
Kind of sounded like Ashley Tisdale.
She
when
probably was
came
thinking
in.
that when she did it.
She probably was mimicking her tits.
That's what I was thinking. Okay, so now let's go to. Oh, this is a random one. So, Take Me Home. I don't remember. Well, I guess I'm not trying to say who all these we did them with. Okay, Take Me Home. We wrote this kind of.
Back into my life at the worst time, and I shattered when we said goodbye. Since then, my head's been so filled with fear. I've been too afraid to try. So I close my heart, work a little more, go out there
That is so Lisa.
Wow.
I forgot that song existed.
When we did writing sessions, I had so much social anxiety. I basically wrote nothing when we did writing sessions. I would just clam up.
We would sit there for so long and everyone would be like,
I'd be like, I have no ideas. That
All I
is so
did was be
Lisa.
like, I don't know about that.
Yeah, Lauren. We okay. Someone would always throw out a horrible line, like one of these really big writers, because that's as a writer, you write plenty of bad things and good things, and then we would all not want to say it was bad, and then Lauren, we just sit there, we all look at each other, and then we'd be like, and then Lauren would be like, it's hard for Okay, let's move on. Okay, next, let's go to our writing session in Tenafly, New Jersey.
oh, I love that one.
O-M.
That's where we made our
G.
100,000 subscribers video.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Wow,
let's.
that was magical.
Girl Against the World. You guys have heard this one. You love it. It's so good. I wish we could have put it out.
I do too.
She was the girl on top of the world, sure of who her friends were. But then the game changed, turned around and turned them all against her. They want her to live with their mistakes, be a girl with a pretty face. But right now, she couldn't feel more alone. She's not a soldier, she's not a superhuman. No one told her she doesn't have to be one. Whoa, she is an army of one, fighting battles in her head. She's the girl against the world.
Chills.
So good.
She's the girl against the world.
I wish we were playing this whole song. Okay, I remember the way that he did his harmonies was so unique, and he would have things hold out extra long. I don't know if you remember this at all, but Lisa and I were both like, oh my gosh. He was the only person we worked with who wrote more intricate harmonies than us, so we kind of actually, he did most of the harmonies in this, which is a surprise that basically never happened, and I learned so much from him. That was such a good experience.
So talented.
That was such a good experience.
Thanks for listening to the Cimorelli podcast. To hear the rest of this episode, join our Patreon at patreon.com/Cimorelli, where we post every episode in full. You can also watch all of our past seasons and Patreon-only episodes when you become a patron.
You've been listening to the Cimorelli podcast. Follow Cimorelli on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. You can also find Cimorelli on Facebook and Instagram.